All right, welcome everyone to the Beyond the Summit Pro Series. We've got the North American and South American division. I'm going to be casting this today here with the awesome Jenkins over here. I think I'm pointing it. No, I'm pointing the wrong way.
Hello.
We're having all of this done remotely. We've got the awesome Pythian Legume that's going to be helping us out today. But are you excited about this, Jenkins?
Yeah, we had a switch up today. I think we were supposed to have EG Cloud9, but we end up with business associates, which for me, this is actually a little bit more exciting just because I
Because
got some
big Brax
friends.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge Brax fan. He is the second best offlaner on the planet next to Universe. So it's going to be an absolute treat to watch Brax God himself play. And maybe even after the game, I can ask him if he won, or lost or whatever, what his thoughts were. Get some inside information.
I'm really impressed with you because I thought you were going to say he's the second best offlaner NA, except for yours truly. I thought you were
No,
going to
no,
slip that in there,
no.
but
I'm like position 69 or something like that. I'm not even in the top 10, but getting up there, getting up there.
all right. Well, we do have a draft going on. I'm pretty excited to see both of these teams in action, especially Cloud9. I haven't had a chance to see them really do much yet, but I also really dig in the banners of business associates. I think that's isn't that Fierce Kid? Isn't that Logan? All
I
dressed
have,
up, business
I have,
style.
I have no idea, but if that's a very professional photo. I'm impressed.
Very
He's
professional, baby.
very photogenic child. Legitimately, his
Yeah.
child could possibly be a child model for some clothing company or something. So if he's interested, I've got some connections, and can go ahead and hit me up after this, and we'll get it done.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, but let's take a look at some of these bans, right? Because we recently had the latest patch drop, saw a couple nerfs coming out. I watched some of your videos actually too, where you were discussing some of the meta. So the coddle being banned does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's a good hero. My take on Coddles, there's like a few things with him. He just wasn't nerfed enough when he initially fell out of the meta. A lot of the time people just the meta changes, so the hero kind of just feels bad against heroes like, Lifestealer, Juggernaut, these heroes that were popular back when he was originally nerfed. Now, Lifestealer basically doesn't exist as a hero. It's pretty garbage. So a lot of the heroes that counter Coddle are no longer in the meta, and therefore all of a sudden Coddle is really good again. But he just wasn't nerfed enough in the first place. So I kind of think he was underrated for a while. So yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable ban. And for business associates, I think like all of these bans are cheese bans, every single one of them. These are like just cheesy, weird, wacky heroes to deal with. They just don't want to deal with any of this BS from Cloud9.
That's possible. I mean, they might not know exactly. I'm sure these guys have been scrimming though, right, on and off, so they'll probably have a general idea of what their drafts typically look like. But it is kind of weird to see the bristleback first ban. Like you said, to the Timber, the Bat Rider, Phoenix. In my opinion, is one of the strongest supports lately. I don't know. He did get a couple nerfs, right? I believe his Fire Spirit's DPS was decreased down to like 40 or something for the talent. Like just
Yeah, there was a few nerfs. I don't remember exactly what they were. The I know the Fire Spirit's spell damage just like straight up was nerfed in the earlier levels, but I mean it was
the
kind of,
talent too, I think, got nerfed as well.
yeah, so like 10 less damage or something on that
Mm.
ability, but it's still, Phoenix still does what Phoenix does. The egg is a problem. I think the Aghanim Scepter it's just so absurd. It's like three Aghanim Scepters in one. You get the Sunray, you get the extra hits on the Phoenix egg, and then you're able to pull somebody into the egg as well. Like, come on. Each one of those individual things could be an entire Ags upgrade. So I think that's a big reason Phoenix is popular. And the fact that Supernova damage goes through BKB. That makes Phoenix this just insane team fighter in the late game.
But then you also have the solution of Snapfire, right? The fact that little Shredder just or no, it's the
Yeah,
not
the
little.
the
Oh yeah,
it's
it is
it's
little
little
Shredder.
shredder. It's little shredder.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
just
It's a good counter. It's a good counter for sure.
braps away over at that Phoenix egg. So a good solution with that, and also really nice for being able to like position in these fights. Snapfire just being able to sit further back. Beastmaster going to be more up and forward, and then just launching those Mortimer kisses.
Yeah, exactly. It's a just a generally speaking a nice hero to pick with Beastmaster. You have the Roar into Mortimer's Kisses, which is going to kill like almost anybody. The combo in the laning phase, you can put the Boar on somebody with the Snapfire Cookie, which of course is going to always be at the perfect range because it's a ranged unit and it's sitting there hitting somebody, slowing them. Beast, you put him on top of somebody, he's going to kill them. So yeah, really, really solid lane. I struggle to think of a safe laner that can deal with a beast snapfire. I really don't think that there is one. I think you kind of have to basically play the lane to lose to like dodge the lane, maybe some Wraith King or something like that, and just go jungle and then leave a support in the lane, something along those lines.
Is the Wraith King still good though, potentially? Because I know what is it? His laning phase got nerfed, especially because of the amount of damage coming out from the Skellymen.
Yeah.
Is he
Okay.
still
So
decent to be able to go and like he's gonna be slower now, right?
he got a tiny base damage nerf. It was 2 base damage, which in my opinion, that's that's almost insulting. Ice Frog. Come on, that's nothing. I that doesn't even matter. But the big change is the fact that the skeletons only last 60 seconds instead of 90, which means if you aren't good at, I mean, it's easy. You don't even have to micro them. Let's be real. It's Wraith King. But if you don't go and put them in a lane, they're not going to shove towers, which is one of the most annoying things about those skeletons. But when they stayed for 90 seconds, they would maybe farm a couple jungle camps and then always make their way to like a lane to shove it. So you'd be applying lane pressure in places on Wraith King, and you just wouldn't have to micro anything. I shouldn't even say micro because you can't control them, but you wouldn't have to like do anything really intelligent. But now you have to actually walk into a lane because the skeletons don't last long enough to just get to the lane
You have to
by
plan
their
out your
duration.
movements,
You have
I
to plan
guess. Yeah.
a little bit more. I hate using like any words like that with Wraith King 'cause it's just such an easy hero. But yeah, to some degree, you have to plan.
All right, Elias, calm down there. The ogre gets
Scary
picked up. The
players.
witch doctor too. That's kind of interesting. I guess when you're thinking about the phoenix egg, having everybody kind of grouped together, perhaps being able to throw out the cask and malediction and whatnot. The ogre, though, I believe you had him listed as what was it, A tier on one of the
He's like,
lists?
yeah, he's like A tier. I think he's got like a 54% win rate in pro level pubs, something like that.
Hmm.
So this hero is definitely seeing an upward trend when it comes to both win rate and pick rate in pro level pubs. But I do have to say, like, there's like this old build with ogre where you just sit in trees and bloodlust somebody, and
Can't do
that is
that anymore.
no, that is absolutely not how people are playing it. They're playing man mode, beast mode. You run in, you throw ignite, you stun. You're kind of like a setup. It's like the ogre Lesh combo where the ogre would be kind of played as like the setup stun for Leshrac. People are kind of doing that in the safe lane, and he's still a bruiser, but he's not just a bloodlust bot anymore. And the Witch Doctor is actually a counter to the Beastmaster boar because it stuns the boar for 5 seconds.
That's a good point.
So it's like that. It's really not as good as you would hope if you're a Witch Doctor player. The hero is kind of weak, but this is Dota. You can always pick these heroes when they counter something or when it's a good game for them. Nothing is like truly weak in Dota, but Witch Doctor is definitely not in the best place that he's been. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, to see what else they pick with this.
Do you think they were hoping to maybe have gotten that Winter Wyvern? The fact that, it does have Winter Wyvern's really, really strong as a support just in general, but also the fact that you can turn that menagerie of creatures that Beastmaster likes to bring against him.
I
But
think
it,
I
it
think
got banned
that's
out like pretty fast. So I'm wondering. I know Pi played quite a bit of Witch Doctor in the past too. So
I think that's a really good solution to the beast. I do think so.
mm,
And also, it's something that can hold the lane while TB goes and jungles. Like I was saying with the Wraith King, TB does a very similar thing to the Wraith King, where he can kind of just get like level 3, level 4, and then jungle just as fast as he lanes. So if the top lane is this Snapfire plus Beast combo, they could run the Ogre 4, Ogre 5. We don't know yet. But if it is this really deadly combo and the lane isn't looking like they can just sit the TB in the lane, he can just go jungle. And then that's why Winter Wyvern would be great at taking the lane. Witch Doctor's not bad. Definitely not bad as a kind of secondary solution to the same problem. But he doesn't have a great way of pushing out the wave. But he can't sit there and soak XP.
that's true. And also, just with the Beastmaster, I think there was another change. His axes are magical damage now, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
whenever
that
Terrorblade's showing up, like you can't just send the Terrorblade illusions, right? You can't just send them like or rather, you can't send Terrorblade himself. You don't want to have him going through. But then if you send the illusions as well, Beastmaster can just easily clear them out because it's a lot of armor,
right.
but it's not paying attention to armor now that's magical. So
So it's funny you say that because Brax is. I've been practicing a lot of Beastmaster lately and kind of trying to watch a bunch of replays, see what people are
Mhm,
doing. Brax is probably one of the only offlaners right now that I'm seeing that is going for an axe build versus these illusion heroes, TBs, Nagas, PLs. One game I saw that he went 3 levels in axes. Another game he went 2 levels in axes. Just kind of the value point, and he'll stop leveling it once the hero that's the illusion hero goes and starts jungling because
mhm,
when they're in the jungle, what's the point in leveling axes? You may as well just push their tower with the boar and with the aura, right?
mhm.
So, but he does go for that build as a counter to the TB and the Naga. So I'll be interested to see if he does that this game because I know that he was experimenting with that, and I'm not sure what his final take on it was. So it'll be cool to see if he thinks that that's something that he can do against C9.
Yeah, I'd be also interested to see if C9 tries to dodge the lane as well, because the Beastmaster plus the Snapfire, that's like, it's a scary lane just in general when you have, someone who's got like a really good slow or any sort of stun facing off in that lane, because Cookie, right? Cookie Hop is just too good. Plus the slow coming out from the, what is it, Scatterblast?
Yeah,
It's a scary
yeah.
lane. I don't know if you want to have to lane Ace and Pi against that particularly, but what do you think?
I I feel like you probably still just send the TB just because I would be worried that if they send the Centaur and the Phoenix into that lane and then that lane loses anyway, TB Witch Doctor's not going to do anything in the off lane. That's not a lane that can really apply any pressure. So I'd be worried that if they do put some kind of aggressive heroes in the safe lane, then if that fails, then where's the aggression? Where's the pressure going to come from on the map? So I would say probably they'll run the Centaur in the off lane because the TB can just go jungle. That's always the nice thing about having some BS illusion hero in your safe lane is that they can always make their way to the jungle, tank the jungle with the illusions, and basically farm faster than if they were in the lane.
Are they flipping some things around? Because it looks like Ace is going to be on the Terrorblade and Envy's playing the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, Envy's mid for this
Oh,
team.
he's mid for this team. Okay, for some reason I thought he was safe lane. Okay.
You would think, yeah, you would think. I gotta say, I've been playing a lot with Envy mid in pubs. I'm not kidding when I say this. We're in for a treat. This guy is a psycho. Like he basically plays off lane or support from the mid lane. I don't know what he would think about me saying that, but oh my god. I was in a pub the other day and I was Timbersaw and he was Queen of Pain mid. And I called for my team. I was like, guys, so he just ganked me, right? He killed me.
Yeah.
Successful gank, outplayed me, and I called for my team. I was like, guys, he's up here. He's jungling here. He's gonna come in and try to kill me again. This guy's not going back to the mid lane. Lo and behold, we all run top. He blinks on me and he dies. And it's like that's envy though. It's like the moment he can start pressuring on the map, this guy does. He is relentless. I swear to God, every game that I play against this guy, I'm quad laned. It's like he just runs around. He fights nonstop. I don't care if he's a DK. He's gonna fight.
Well, this is an excellent patch then for him to be playing on. If he's being very, very aggressive, I'm going to be really interested to see how they manage against, like the South American teams that are known. Oh, was that a cold monster that I just heard that you
Sorry,
offered?
Moxie. I was not listening to what you're saying. I'm just very busy with something very important right now.
I'm having. Whoa, that was weird. All right, I need to, as we get back into the game, I
Is it
think I need
Vertigo
to.
acting up again?
No, I'm trying to like exit out of Dota and it's making like crazy noises because I'm locked onto someone else's camera. So
Oh, that's a
why don't you introduce the teams there, Jenkins, as I reconnect?
sure. All right, we got Misery on the Phoenix. We got Ace on TB. Snake King on Centaur, War Runner, Eternal Envy playing mid. Shockingly, went from carry to mid in about a week. Dragon Knight and Pilot Eye on his Witch Doctor. I suspect he'll have probably about 30 deaths this game because it's Pilot Eye and also it's Witch Doctor.
Poor
And
Pi.
then, well, you know what? He gets off to it. Okay,
Whoa,
other side, we
whoa,
have
Jenkins.
Business Associates. We got 9 on Invoker, one of his signature heroes. We got Fear on Ogre. And then on Wraith King, we have Moo, Snapfire, Moose. Very confusing, I know.
You gotta add the
But
Z.
this
Make sure you
actually
got that
this
Z going on.
is actually a different guy. And then we have Brax on Beastmaster. Brax is the biggest heart. I
We
love
know
that
we're
guy.
we're big Brax fans here. All right,
I'm a
there we go.
huge Brax fan.
I'm reconnected. I have control of my own camera again. So everything is good
Oh,
to go. That was a beautiful introduction, though,
thank you.
Jenkins.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Brax is actually rushing a Ring of Tarask. He's got Quelling Blade, Tango, Healing Salve, and he's rushing a Tarask. I love this build. This is
Is
a
it still
nice
good?
one.
Because I know that it got nerfed, right? A lot of like everything regen basically got nerfed.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still good, definitely. I think when you look at Ring of Tarask though, it's just 150 HP, 650 gold. It's that's more HP than a Bracer. Regen, quite nice. Basically means you don't need to buy any more regen for the rest of the game. It's pretty convenient. It's kind of like a mini Ring of Health.
I think this bottom lane, like you said, like Pie's got to be so careful down here. We talked about the fact that it's pretty scary. The fact that they do have the Snapfire, they've got the board that's also can slow.
Ooh, Moose might get a courier here while he's pulling this wave. Yeah, Pilot Eye's not being
Yeah, he's
careful
found
with
it.
this. Pie, what
Yep.
the? That's Europing right there. He's on Europe.
Well, that's going to be the end of the courier here for Pile Die. There's going to be some mangoes. He's not going to be able to maybe harass as much or keep people quite as safe here, but you can see Brax already chipping down.
GG.
But
We
you can
got
see
some
that
server
meta's
issues.
yeah. There's some server issues coming all over the place for different people right now. So oh
Weird,
no,
weird spike from Envy. The game is still going. We have a very interesting bot lane shaping up. Moose cutting the creeps, despite being in this very pressured lane. Pressuring lane, I should say. But that's just because the TB had meta.
there's
Top
that
lane.
slow we talked about as well. Oh dear, it sounds like our production guys having some issues. So we'll keep you posted on that, and we'll try to keep talking about the game here.
I was trying really hard to distract from that, but I wasn't doing a very good job.
Well, no, they deserve to know what's going on. But we've got the easy part, Jenkins. We just have to talk about the game.
This is true. This is true. So top lane, I think this is gonna be pretty favored towards the Centaur Phoenix. This is just generally how it is in Captain's mode. It's funny because it's a stark difference from pubs. In pubs, the carries always have the counter pick, but in Captain's mode, usually you're gonna have the off lane is just the more kind of pressuring side than the carry.
Well, I mean, Centaur is just such a great hero right now, right? Because of the fact that, he just builds up those retaliate stacks. He can kind of take a tower. He can, be left alone in lane if they have to make rotations. Although not that you really see the Phoenix doing too much with like ganking other lanes and moving about. But
You can stack. There's stuff that Phoenix can do for sure. You can go to the tri lane. There's certain things you can do. It's just two melee heroes versus Centaur. That sounds pretty hard.
yeah. I mean, we talked about Ogre being a big chonky boy. He's able to kind of man up, but it's still pretty difficult.
Okay. So on the mid lane, it's
Yeah,
about even.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's not too much that 9 can do here right now with Envy being on the Dragon Knight, but when are we going to start seeing, more pressure, or are we going to see any rotations? I think it's pretty hard to take down the DK. Maybe a rotation on 9 if you're carrying Dust.
I think this is actually one of those really awkward mid lanes where 9 can definitely make rotations out of this mid lane, but Envy is not going to be pressurable. I mean, he's going to be low mana, of course, because he's just going to get mana drained, but he's, got a billion regen and armor, so 9 is going to do absolutely nothing to pressure him here. But he is definitely killable when he gets a Spirit Vessel, when 9 has a Spirit Vessel. That's when DK can certainly die.
Ooh, and bottom lane, we do see that they managed to take down Brax there. With the help of that Metamorphosis and, of course, the Paralyzing Cask. So that is our first blood. It's interesting because I thought that we'd see, potentially this lane being more favored towards the Beastmaster and the Snapfire, but perhaps he was just a little bit too far out of position.
Yeah, I think it's a weird. It's always weird laning against TB. I think TB is just like a busted hero at the moment. To be honest, it's a really strong hero. When the meta is popped, it's almost impossible to lane against him, no matter who he is against. And whenever he doesn't have the meta, he's just useless. So it's this really weird situation where, like, that's why we saw Moose cutting the first wave, because the meta was popped. So it's like you don't want to lane that hero, and So they just played a little bit too aggressive against a Metamorphosis.
You can see Pi was trying to take down that boar there, but it does get denied by Brax. So I feel like right now a lot of this just comes down to, farming, getting those levels, and then eventually, once you hit that certain peak, then it's go time. But 5-minute runes are coming up. You can see Moo's already getting into position. Some scuffling going on here at the top. A Snake King takes a decent amount of damage. Misery's over here on the side, though, should be able to collect that bounty rune. Is going to try to fight here with Fear a little bit, but I don't think they have just enough damage just yet with those Fire Spirits.
3 runes for C9. Actually, this is shaping up to be. I don't want to call it a slump, but 2K gold lead. I know everybody says, Jenkins 2K gold lead, 5 minutes. You can't call it that early, but
bottom lane, exactly as we talked about, that cookie hop with the slows, and they managed to collect themselves a kill onto Pylai Die.
Yeah, that's a hero that can definitely always die. Brax not opting to go for the Axes build in this game, so it looks like this was something that he was experimenting with, and maybe he just thinks that it's kind of too much of a reach.
That's possible.
Which is definitely the kind of feedback I was getting from my teammates in pubs when I was doing it as well. They're like, "What are you doing, leveling Axes?"
Well, I mean, that's one of the things, right? If you're too afraid to try stuff out and innovate, then you're never going to be the best.
True.
You want to be the ones who set the meta, not the ones that always follow the meta.
Yeah, you gotta try stuff.
For sure. What's going on over here? Moo looks like he's going to be doing some pulling for himself a little bit. Some Misery also going to be able to try to take some of that away. A little bit weird. The lanes kind of got very skewed in this top lane, I feel. Like with all the pulling and moving things over and...
If you're Moo, you're definitely okay with this. This Wraith King hero, I know before, traditionally this hero maybe was a kill hero. You stun people, you kill them, but he just wants to hit creeps. This is one of the most ridiculous carries in the game. He's so strong in the late game with like the Silver Edge changes and with how the crit works with the Vampiric Aura damage. It's really this hero, if you're letting him farm, you're going to lose. Almost no matter what you have.
No, I think I was watching a lot of the ESL LA online league for the North American region, and I think it was Blitz who was saying that like in NA they have like kind of like this weird meta where basically they're all gonna just sit and farm. It's just who can farm the fastest and the best. Is that kind of what's going on right now with these two teams, do you feel? I feel like Terrorblade comes online a little bit faster just because of the metamorphosis, but...
So... I think there's probably some lingering... Okay, Moo's actually ganking the mid lane. This is a hard kill, though.
This is very hard, especially when you have Pi making the rotation. Dragon Form's gonna get popped as they're trying to just put some more pressure back over onto Moose, but they'll be able to walk away from this engagement. This 9 just takes out all of that mana, and Brax's Courier actually gets sniped.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it forces a TP, but then Ace is just destroying Brax in the bot lane anyway. Actually, this is something we probably should talk about, is the fact that sure, the Snapfire Beastmaster lane is supposed to pressure and beat almost anything, but TB is traditionally counter to Beastmaster because he has so much armor. He doesn't care about the boar. And then Witch Doctor also stuns the boar for 5 seconds. So it's this interesting, weird situation where the safe lane are just both counters to the main pressuring hero in that lane, despite that hero supposedly supposed to be doing extremely well in almost any scenario.
Ooh, TP rotation coming out. Moose gets that Scatter Blast off all with a cookie hop. There's going to be Fear also making his own rotation. They're slowing down Ace. He does have the Sunder, though. He's going to try to run away. Brax is still here. He's sitting at level 5. Oh, but the Pi coming in with the cast. They'll turn it back around. They'll get themselves a kill as Phoenix joins the bottom lane now. Tries to get this kill on Moose. Should be successful with that Sunray. He's ticking down over here on the corner, but... Oh, the tornado comes through. It doesn't connect. It's Misery now. He's left all alone. They'll get the kill onto Pi, but they'll find the kill onto Misery. Good rotations coming out from the side of Business Associates as they collect themselves a couple kills here.
Okay, remember when you asked about NA Dota?
Yes.
If Ace was an NA player, he would not have skilled Sunder. He would have skilled Illusions because it gives you more farming speed. So this is one of the differences between these two teams potentially. Is that he saved the point for Sunder and then he skilled it once the gank came in. So he's very happy that he did that.
Is that going to be a big, I don't want to say a deciding factor, but something that's going to throw some of the other NA teams for a loop is the fact that they do have European players that play just a little bit differently than what they're used to, especially in these leagues, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like yes and no. There's a balance. Like a lot of these NA players, at this caliber of Dota are so good that they play Europe Dota. They
Hmm.
play against these teams, so they do have an idea. But I can tell you from playing on both servers, there's a big difference. Just in your kind of the general atmosphere, the feeling. Like in Europe, people are fighting a lot more. They don't farm at all. NA, it's the complete opposite. People are really good at farming, not so much at fighting. So it is more like your instincts will be different, but I think they'll have at least a conscious idea. Okay, this is how European Dota is. This is how NA Dota is. Like they're all gonna know that. They're all good enough to know it, but the instincts won't maybe necessarily be there.
Well, that'll be interesting too with seeing these leagues once we see more like tier 3 players joining in on it. Do find a kill though over onto Misery. And they're going to try to defend this mid tower. No mana left over here on Envy, although he does have himself a soul ring. They'll turn back around. Double damage on Brax. Very nicely done by 9 coming out there with that beautiful tornado. Look how far Moose is sitting back as he's just chucking out these Mortimer kisses. They're going to hold on and they go and use the roar as they'll find themselves a kill onto Snake King.
Bit,
That
bit of an
range.
overcommitment. Bit of an overcommitment there. I mean, they already got the tower, so I think they just weren't expecting Moose to be in position to hit the
Well,
Mortimer's
Moose is
kisses. But
completely out of frame.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the problem with this hero is that it's such a long range that you can basically be anywhere. It's
Uh-oh,
borderline global.
Pi. Yeah, there's no way Pi's walking away from that.
The classic witch doctor walking in feed.
Classic. Snake King also TPing right towards the tower. I'm a little surprised about that. So again, they'll stun him up. They'll take away all of his mana, throw out one of those earn charges on him. Not quite that vessel just yet.
Uses the shovel. I think that's a good TP. I think he knows that they don't have any spells. So yeah, they can take his mana. They can do a little bit of damage to him. But I think it's very hard to kill him. They don't
Too
have
big of
like
a boy right now.
he's too big of a boy. Yeah, with that Vanguard, he's way too strong. So he's just putting his body in front of the tower because they took the mid tower. So if they just defend their mid tower, then they're gonna have more of the map to farm.
Well, this is all going down. Look at the top tier 2. Ace making these moves
Wow.
here. Puts a
Ooh.
lot of damage using that meadow. Manages to sidestep the tornado. Easy peasy. Too easy for
Yeah,
Ace.
that's
It just goes right back to farming. Nicely
That's
done.
a big deal. That's a really big deal. The gold lead's only 3K, but when you have this tower advantage, it does mount pretty quickly. I know I said Envy is this like crazy off lane player in the mid lane, but he's actually just pretty static. I think maybe when it comes to competitive, he feels confident that he doesn't maybe need to do as much. He thinks that his team is already kind of playing the farm game a lot better. But we'll see when he gets active. Maybe when he gets his blink, we'll see some crazy Envy plays.
I think that's what everybody's hoping that we'll see is some crazy Envy plays.
Absolutely.
If you're a C9 fan, you both love and hate Envy some days. But yeah, Ace is looking pretty good here. He's got the Yasha complete. He's got the treads, several of the Wraith bands. Wraith King still, I think he's getting very close to that relic. Yeah, he's at like 2.4k right now. Big
Ooh,
smoke
the
over here
smoke.
though. Fear. Get a couple of these multicast. Tornado's gonna come through from 9. Cast gets thrown out. They immediately Delta split. A couple of these kisses coming out. They can see Snake King over there, and they're trying to just slow him down. The cold snap, can they find it? They'll find the kill. Long range Mortimer kisses coming out, although Brax now, he needs help, and he's not going to find it because he's just immediately destroyed. Pi, he does end up getting taken down by one of Brax's little summons, despite
Oh
the
my
fact that the team
god.
tried everything. Did Ace pop the meta? No, he already had it going on there.
Beast is just such a wild hero when you can kill somebody with your summons like after you died. It's like the TB didn't do enough damage to kill the summons fast enough. Those new boars, man, they do so much damage, especially to a little 3 armor hero like Witch Doctor. What do you do?
You die and you cry, pretty much.
Yeah. Although he's a counter, so you know what? He can die.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but like everyone's back to the farming game. Business associates retreating back to their own woods. They did try to go for that smoking. They were unsuccessful. Wraith King over here though, and again getting closer and closer to that relic. So
You know what's kind of cool? Just the fact that they saved the arcane rune for Ace instead of like Snaking picking it up or Envy picking it up. It just shows that C9 is just playing the farm game right now, and like they're choosing to do this. They although as I say that, they're actually smoked
No, they
right
want.
on top
Oh,
of
they're
Ace.
right over by 9. They didn't know that the invoker was nearby. You can see they dropped the sentry ward, but another. I don't want to say wasted smoke, but definitely not what they wanted to get out of that.
How about their farming? Ace is getting huge. He's looking scary. He's got a 2K net worth lead on Wraith King, and
9 has to be careful. They do have that sentry ward, and they should know that they have it because they ripped down their own sentry.
oh, scouting with the illusion. Nice little play to the high ground there. So now they know exactly where the associates are chilling.
That's so weird to hear you say that like that. Envy, though, jumping in, has his eyes over here onto Moose. Is it going to be able to quite close the gap? You can hear that Stampede getting used, but not sure they really were able to do much of anything with it.
Jump the gun a bit, but this is really okay if you're C9. I really feel like you're pretty comfortable with the amount of the map that you're farming.
You have to be careful over here, though, because they are invading quite a bit on the side.
They don't have Stampede. I don't know how crazy you want to be. I know Envy popped his dragon form, so he's really looking to get something done with this, but it's going to be a good time for business to smoke, I think, after this dragon form is out.
That was his blink reveal too, right? When he
I'm not sure. I think he's had it. Maybe that was the first time that we saw him like try to jump in and use it. But this is a really good time for business associates to make a smoke, I think. Who's got one? We have one on Fear. It looks like they're prepping to maybe go.
Yeah, they are grouped up over here on the side. They've got the courier checking up there, making sure that there's no wards. So I think you'd be right with that because they're very close to that Radiance on the Wraith King. What do we have, actually? Yes, very, very close.
He's got the relic. Okay, I guess that's probably what they're waiting for. They're probably just they were talking. I saw Brax draw the line. Maybe they were looking to smoke, and then Moose just like, guys, I almost have my Radiance. Just chill for a bit.
Yeah, I think that's definitely worthwhile. What do we have on Ace, though? That's my other question, because Ace has been farming out of his mind. He's got himself the Mantis style now. He's got the Imp Claw that he picked up, and they actually just walk right into the Roche pit. That's kind of surprising to me, the fact that they don't think about getting any sort of a pick off. I guess maybe they realize, okay, Wraith King doesn't want to fight just yet. What do you think?
Yeah, no, this is a really cool play. They know that Wraith King's going to be playing the bot area of the map because of course they're dire, and he wants to farm ancients as well. So they know that he's bot. It's on time though. This is the problem with playing the bot area. This is the Radiant advantage, honestly.
Oh, the jump forward immediately coming out from Envy is going to get thrown up into the air. They'll turn back around. Cookie Hop coming out here from Moose. They have the Sunray, but look at all these Mortimer kisses just getting chucked out left and right. They'll be able to take down Envy. Pi, of course, now trying to run himself away. He's just a little bit slow here as Moo focuses attention. Snaking, he's a big tanky boy, but they also have that Spirit Vessel online for 9, and he's going to turn back around and try to get the final hit on the boar at the very least because he knows he's not going anywhere.
Really nice Radiance timing.
No, it looks like they'll back off.
I think I played a pub with Moo recently where something similar happened, where the enemy team was basically sniping Roche, and he always says, like, once he gets the Radiance, go fight, go fight, go fight. Like, when this guy gets Radiance on Wraith King, it is absolutely go time. He doesn't care if they have an Aegis, if they're standing up a high ground. He very highly values this Radiance fight push. So, really good timing. It just shows how strong this hero is, that you can be fighting a team that has Aegis and all their abilities, and it doesn't matter.
Definitely was the right call. You know, we were saying, oh, are they going to be too late? They're going to be too late, and then they go in, but it ends up going in their favor. They aren't able to take down the Aegis, but they take several of these heroes off the map, get them to use a couple of their spells. You're feeling pretty good right now. And what did you lose? All you lost was the reincarnation on the Wraith King.
Yep, so 45 seconds, he's ready to go again, and now that he has this Radiance, he is not farming the bot area anymore, he's farming the enemy triangle.
A little bit of a scuffle here. Misery is going to get back to mistake. And do you see the way they delta split, though? It's beautiful. Pi coming in now. They're still trying to split a little bit further. Moo, he can't afford to get taken down. He does not have that reincarnation. They'll be able to take down the egg, though. Misery trying his best. Be a couple hits over here onto Snakey as they throw out the net. They're turning back around, trying to disable Pi. See a couple of these casts getting bounced around on the low ground, though. Moves. He's trying to just throw out some of these Mortimer kisses, but they're not connecting. So they're able to go and get the kill on Brax. Ace, still here. What you doing there, Ace? Pop some Manta. Still just getting chased down. I'm not sure why he thought he could do that. He's going to be able to go pop that Aegis. Now, they don't have the Mortimer kisses. Envy trying to give some sort of back. He's got the BKB, though. They turn around. They've got the Metamorphosis, and look at Fear. He just absolutely melts. Moo grabbing up that bounty rune, figuring it's a consolation prize at this point. He will get taken down first time for that reincarnation. They still have their eyes over here onto 9. Couple nice bounces coming out here from this cast. They split out. It is a double damage, and Moose trying to run away. Nine's probably like, get out of here, dude. Goes, throws out the cookie. Envy looking for this opening. Will turn right back around again. Should be able to find the kill on Moose, and Ace gets himself that kill.
Okay, all in all, really good for business associates. That looked really bad. That looked like it could have been a disaster. But this BKB pickup on Ace, that is a 10-second BKB charge. Oh, mid lane, Envy out of position.
I mean, they've got the double damage on 9. He's pretty tanky. Sunray's gonna come in though from Misery, try to keep him alive just a bit longer. Moo backing off, Snake King trying to be the bodyguard. You can hear that Whitney Houston playing as he escorts him out. He's always gonna love him.
So I feel like that fight should have gone way worse for business because they did not have the reincarnation on Moo. He almost died right at the start of that, but they played that so beautifully. Instantly turning and killing the egg too. It's so clear that this is a team that's very, very comfortable playing with each other, and they trust each other. That they can just like all turn and kill that egg immediately. Like somebody made that call, they trusted it, and they just kill the egg. Like it makes the hero look like a joke when a team can do that.
Top lane, Moose runs into Ace. There's the Invoker making his way. They have the mech online. They're gonna go throw out the Tornado. 9. BKB coming out from Ace. He realizes I have been here maybe just a little bit too long. I'm sure they're gonna be coming for me. And he just TPs out to safety home.
Yeah, this is huge. They keep forcing this the BKB charge out of the Terrorblade. Like you want to be getting a lot out of these BKBs, but that's 2 BKBs that were used in a kind of defensive turnaround situation, which is not what you want. You want to be doing something aggressive with that item.
I can't get over how aggressive Business Associates is being right now. Like they just keep searching for kills and whatnot.
Ooh, that Tornado.
Little bit of miscommunication there, but they still managed to find the kill on Misery. There's going to be the Roar in the back lines. Snaking being held into place. Couple of these nice hits coming out from Pi as they're just grouped too closely together here. Moo trying to run away, trying to get the kill onto Snaking. He's ticking down. Snaking turning back around, manages to get the stomp off. He's going to pay for this with his light, despite Pi trying to keep him alive using that Voodoo Restoration. Fear will go down to the back lines, but they'll find the kill on Misery. They'll find the kill on Moose, as now Brax, he's ticking away. The Blink Forward coming out from Envy, plus the Dragon Tail. This should be a very dead Beastmaster. And they give it to Ace for a triple kill.
This Wraith King is melting, man. I don't know what's happening in these fights. I feel like the Maledict and the Terrorblade and the Phoenix Ray, they're actually able to just take his reincarnation that he immediately needs to run away. And without the Wraith King, it seems like there's almost no damage on Business Associates when they don't have the Wraith King or the Snapfire ultimate. Like those are the 2 things that seem like they're doing a lot of damage right now. And then everything else seems like it's just kind of disabled, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So without that Snap ult, it's hard for them to fight because they just lose the Wraith King. And I mean, he's gonna get some items though. He's got some items to deal with that. He's got the Manta now. He's going for the Silver Edge next. So this is definitely solvable with items.
So why do you think they're being like so crazy aggressive, especially if they don't have the Snapfire ult up?
I think that's just the nature of playing with this Radiance timing on Wraith King and also having like a Quas Wex Invoker mid. This hero does not farm. You are constantly looking for pickoffs, and you also feel like you have the ability to kind of disengage if you have to. So you can kind of look for a pickoff, and let's say it does go bad, you just run everybody away. You know, and that's been happening a decent amount for business. And when C9 does finally catch them in the act when they're doing that, it will definitely look disastrous if it does happen. Because, like you said, fighting without the Snap ult, that is definitely a ballsy move.
It looks like we do get the BKB picked up now for Eternal Envy, and they have a smoke. They figure, all right, we've got this item timing. Let's go see if we can make something happen. And they know that there's several of the business associates here in the bottom lane. They turn around. I don't think you really want to go for fear. I think you want bigger fish. In fact, they will be able to find moves at least, so that's going to be the Granny. Try to take her out of this fight, not have to worry about that Snapfire ultimate, which is back up and running. She'll go, she'll pop her mech, Cookie Hop away, but there's the Sunray coming through and the tick down. Misery's still going to be able to find that kill despite them trying to find that that denial, and V blinking over onto the high ground. Brax, he found the worst creeps to blink into, too.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Into.
He's lucky he didn't whack him.
He's really lucky he didn't get held into place. Betrayal. That's all you need here.
That is just the worst thing. And wow, Ice Frog, come on. Why did you add this thing to the game?
Because he likes our tears. Clearly.
Nobody likes this purple guy.
Paladin sword picked up here by Ace.
Oh yeah, we actually haven't really checked out the neutral items too much. Let's see what they have. Dragon Scale on Centaur, Phoenix. Ooh, Nether Shawl on Phoenix. Nice telescope pickup. That'll be nice because a support can hold that, and then that gives the TB a little bit of extra attack range. That's pretty nutty for the.
Yeah, I think Pi should probably hold on to that. In fact, that's exactly the plan. He'll put a shovel in his backpack for now.
Oh yeah, the efficiency.
The efficiency. God, I love the shovel.
Shovel's broken. What an insane item.
It's great. I mean, with the price of teleport scrolls going up too, right? It's even more value.
Yeah, it was nuts when it still gave 2 per drop when they first changed that. Ooh, diving the base.
Yeah, Ace really wants this here. He's popped the meta. It looks like they forced the Wraith King back. I don't know. I guess they feel like they're just very, very powerful right now. Move, finding the opening onto Snake, and they'll follow up with that roar, it sounds like. A couple of tosses out. We'll slow them down. 9 finding the kill onto Snake King. They don't have their big tanky guy here anymore, so I think that's enough here for C9. They are giving chase.
I like the play. I do like the play a lot from C9. They're just like, all right, we're strong. We're just going to force this. They did not expect Move to have a Shadow Blade. Straight up.
They want the Phoenix. Do you fight this? Do you go in? It looks like you do, because Envy just jumps right in. Misery's just obliterated here. Ace trying to kite on the back line. Should be able to find the kill onto Fear. Envy's just getting ripped apart, though, as he gets taken down by Move. Look at Move. Look at this alacrity. Look at this big old Wraith King who's just running in. Ace, he's got a BKB again. That's what, the 3rd time he's had to defensively BKB. That is not how he wants to be using that, Jenkins.
Yeah. Yep, and let's see, what's Wraith King got coming out on the career? Is that a Basher, or do we have... Okay, so he's just going for the full Silver Edge, which I think is pretty reasonable. You're against a DK, you're against a Centaur. There are very, very good passives to take away here.
For sure, Ace getting thrown up into the air for a little bit. They'll follow up with the stun. He goes for the Manta Dodge, but he's not going to be able to go for the final hit here. So they'll follow up by just running after him, using those Mortimer Kisses. I thought I heard a buyback sound for like half a second. I think that was just the
Sunder.
The Sunder coming out, yeah. But how do you get these guys off your base?
They take the base so fast too, with like all the beast auras.
The auras, the alacrity.
They're going for a solar next too for Moo. They're just playing the buff Moo game right now. They're just bloodlusting him. They're alacritying him. They're solaring him. Moo's got this Orb of Destruction. Now he's got the Silver Edge, so he's taking off the passive. He is actually a god. He is legitimately a god.
He does so much damage, and he does it so fast. Tornado, beautiful, coming out. Gonna land onto 4 of these hits, but they're all grouped up. It's gonna be the cast thrown out by Pi. He's gonna try to get this ultimate off, but he's just melting as they lose Eternal Envy first. They'll follow up. They'll get the kill on Pi. They're now gonna go after Ace here. Ace, he doesn't have Sunder. He's got the BKB, but what is that really gonna do? Because look how fast they are. They're just chasing him down. Cookie Hop coming out from Moo. Just wants to close the gap. Knows he can't get the stun off, but can he get there a little bit faster? Oh no, from 9. That Spirit Vessel doing the last couple ticks of damage as they just slaughter Ace.
I think you can Throne. I think you just run down Throne and force him to buy back.
That's exactly what they're doing. And even then, he does have meta up. He could try, but it feels like C9 have given up a little bit. I don't know.
But Moo's just hitting the throne. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He knows that they can't do anything to him. He's all right. He gets a little distracted by Pylida. He's like, that's a really nice witch dog. It'd be a shame if something happened to him. Buyback comes out though. This is getting real clowny right now. Jenkins says, "Oh, go though. Use the stampede. 9 having to run back." Again, they do have that Mechaternal Envy. He jumps into like everyone over here. He's trying to get anything done as he chases after Fear. This egg is just going off in the base. They managed to slow down Moo a little bit, but what is Brax doing?
He's out. He actually just ran
Brax
into
just
their.
hides in the corner.
He just ran into their fountain, almost, and TP's out. My God, what a nice Delta split. Yeah, really, really nice play from Business, just forcing the throne there. I mean, they know that C9 have buybacks. Come on, like it's 29 minutes. This is a professional team. These are professional players. They're gonna have buybacks. So force them. Let them know you can end the game right now. 11K gold lead from that play alone. That's why you don't go for a Rax.
9 distracted them a little bit with his body. Will get taken down by Envy, but the rest of the squad is here. Look at Moo, just slice his pie into pieces. And now he's just gonna chase after Envy with the cookie hop, just to be able to go break that passive with the, and they just slaughter him.
Good Lord.
Backdoor protection does not exist for Moo anymore, it seems, as he just runs at every building, every hero, everything. No big deal.
Excuse me, Ice Frog. What is this Silver Edge item? Can you tell me what this thing is? Why is this 3 items in one? Why is this now a spirit vessel as well? This item's gonna be, people are gonna be complaining about this item a lot soon. This thing's a new Necro.
What's going on in this top lane? Brax, you gonna do it? Yeah, I was wondering if he was gonna go and use that roar. Yeah, just locked down for days. Snake King can't even get the stomp off.
I think you're right. I think C9 has given up. This seems like just like the instant TP out from Snake King. You know he's got roar on Brax, right? You know that. So
yeah, I'm not sure if they're just trying to make some time. Because if you look at Ace's quick buy, he's got a rapier queued up, and I don't know. Maybe they're hoping like, all right, let's just throw our bodies at them until Ace can get this rapier, and maybe we can come back. But that's pretty risk.
You know what? The thing is, this item is so good. This new rapier item with the True Strike, that it's actually winnable if they get a rapier.
Really? You think so? You think they're going to be able to come back from a 14K deficit?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Rapier is broken right now. Like, this item is insane. The only reason that Medusa and PA are possibly viable heroes is because Rapier is so broken. Like, that's how good this item is. So I actually think, like, if the Associates aren't careful, this Rapier can be the turning point. But they might just win the game before the Rapier even comes out. He needs to make another 3,000 gold before he can get this Rapier. So
yeah, it feels like
it's a long time away.
Moo's just rallying the troops and says, like, let's go, boys. You can hear that bugle. Ba, 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 ba. So he gets himself a repair kit. Great neutral item there for the side of Business Associates at this moment.
It might surprise people to hear that Moo actually does captain this team a lot. Like his voice is I would say probably, I haven't spent a lot of time with Fear at all, but playing with the other guys, like Moo he is the captain in terms of actually like controlling the game, which makes sense because he's the carry player, right? So he's the win condition. So it does make sense, but he has really, improved in the past few years in terms of actually making game calls. Like, okay, let's go Roche now. Okay, let's take high ground right now. Oh, that's a little dangerous, Moo. I'm the carry. You listen to me.
I'm sure he says that just like that, Jenkins. But he's going to go. He pops that Silver Edge. This is going to try to chip away over here on Envy, but does get halberded. He's not going to be able to do anything right now as he turns back around. BKB coming out from Envy. They should be able to find this kill onto Pi in the back lines. You can see these Mortimer kisses are getting shot out by Moose, but they did have that BKB on Envy. So that's going to be down now. If they want to go forward, if they want to push them off the base, it's going to be a lot scarier. You can see Misery. He wants to find an opening for that egg, but he's not going to be able to find it. Moo just jumps right in, murders him up almost immediately. Nice meatball being thrown out by 9. Cookie Hop is going to be able to take down the center. Snaking will fall. Ace here is just standing there, just looking at everyone, destroying his base. They kill the Wraith King once, but I don't think they can do it a second time. So they slow down Misery. Moo, oh, look at that big hit. Take a knee, peasant, he says. GG gets called, and the Business Associates give him the business.
Brax is in the fountain. Buy back, dude. Come on. Oh, it's over. That was full throttle at a certain point there. They smelled blood. You
Indeed, they
could
did.
you could tell.
It felt like we went from, a very calm, disciplined laning phase of just, okay, let's wait and see, when we hit our items, when we hit our timing, when we get the radiance, that's go time. And then once it was go time, oh my God, was it go time, right? You just watch them consistently getting smokes, running after, getting picks, getting objectives. I'm pretty
Yeah, so he
impressed.
so he got a 17-minute radiance, and at about that time, the win probability for C9 went down quite a bit, but the gold lead was still a little steady. It was kind of like we were just waiting for a fight to happen that was going to go just hugely in favor of the business associates. There's there's this weird thing with Wraith King. I don't know what it is or why the numbers work this way, but for some reason it feels like Wraith King just out carries everything once he picks up this Manta style, Silver Edge, Abyssal Blade plus Assault Cuirass. Like he just breaks whatever passive is making the enemy carry strong and two shots them with his like ridiculous crit. Um, I feel like this hero shouldn't be able to outcarry a Spectre, but it can. I feel like it shouldn't be able to outcarry a Terrorblade, but it can. And that's just Wraith King. And Moo is probably top three Wraith Kings in the region. And maybe a bit of contest on which rank he is within the top three, but he's definitely top three in NASA.
So what's your suggestion for dealing with this Wraith King then? Is it just if you're playing against business associates, don't let Moo get it? Or is there a way to play more rapidly against it before he gets those
Yeah,
items?
I think so. I think I think if you're C9, number one, after that game, you respect it a lot more.
Hmm.
I'm not entirely sure if in Europe this hero is getting picked as much as it is in NA, but Wraith King is the absolute king of just ignoring the fact that there are heroes in the game and hitting jungle creeps, and that's what people in NA do best. So everybody's playing it here. We all know how broken it is. So maybe they kind of needed that bit of a slap in the face. I don't think the play is necessarily banning it, but there are ways of outpacing it. Like you said, you can pick Alchemist, for example, is a really good answer because Wraith King just sits and hits jungle creeps until he gets Radiance. So why not pick a hero that within that time span of hitting jungle creeps gets way more out of it, which is an Alchemist. Unfortunately, a hero like TB kind of functions the same as a Wraith King, but as we can see from that game, Wraith King seems like even though TB is a very strong hero right now, Wraith King seems like it just still does a lot more. Having that same kind of window of opportunity.
So do you think it's just the case of just don't let them get it? Basically, is this hero just too strong? You need to be very hyper aware
No,
of it.
no, you just if you either don't let them get it or counter it. That's
Okay.
that's how strong Wraith King is right
But you
now. I
have to have
think
a plan, like
up
specifically geared towards it.
definitely. You
Okay.
can't just let him farm the ancients for 20 minutes straight like that. That's no bueno.
All right, guys. Well, that was, of course, game number one. This is a best of three. So we're going to take a quick little break. And when we come back, we're going to have game two of Business Associates versus C9.